In response to the civil rights movement, President John F. Kennedy created a Committee on Equal Opportunity in 1961 and issued Executive Order 10925, which used the term affirmative action to refer to measures designed to achieve non-discrimination. In 1965, President Johnson issued Executive Order 11246, requiring federal contractors to take affirmative action to ensure equality of employment opportunity without regard to race, religion, and national origin. In 1968, gender was added to the protected categories, and this was from the Clinton White House archives. My resolution I'm going to be arguing is affirmative action is not beneficial to American society. Affirmative action refers to a set of policies and practices within a government or organization seeking to increase the representation of particular groups based on their gender, race, creed, or nationality in areas in which they were excluded in the past, such as education and employment. This is a proposition of value, and I will be using the net benefits weighing mechanism. The three main points I'm going to be arguing are: affirmative action discriminates against non-minorities, makes race the determining factor in admission and hiring processes, and affirmative action is harmful to minorities who benefit from it. My first point I'm going to argue is that affirmative action discriminates against non-minorities. In August, the Department of Justice sued Yale University for discriminating against white and Asian American applicants. The university had used what they call racial balancing, and this mainly favored African American and Hispanic students, and in this process it caused harm to white and Asian American students. The reason affirmative action was created was to stop discrimination. My question to you now is, how is it stopping discrimination if it's creating more discrimination? Clearly, the sole definition of affirmative action has changed. Okay, there's another article that also has to do with the lawsuit done by the Department of Justice. Data showed by Yale show that Asian American applicants have a much lower chance of admission than do members of Yale's preferred racial groups, even when those Asian Americans have much higher academic qualifications and comparable ratings by Yale's admissions officers. And that was from Insider. You could clearly see that the university did not admit students based on their academic performance. Instead, they decided to admit these students based on their skin color. My next point is that affirmative action makes race the determining factor in admission and hiring processes. Affirmative action guidelines require covered employers to meet certain timetables for hiring and promoting minorities and women. This may coerce employers to make hiring decisions based on numbers and not overall qualification of the applicants. This is a problem because since companies have to refer and follow the affirmative action guidelines, people aren't going to be qualified for the job. Therefore, the companies aren't going to be able to perform well than they should. My third and final argument is that affirmative action is harmful to minorities that are supposed to benefit from it. How is this harmful? Going back to my first argument, through affirmative action, students are admitted to prestigious colleges strictly based on their skin color, which means they will eventually drop out since they aren't academically prepared like they should be, which could hurt their future educational endeavors and their career fields. Let's recap. The three main points I made were that affirmative action discriminates against non-minorities, makes race the determining factor in admission and hiring processes, and finally, affirmative action is harmful to minorities who benefit from it. No matter what in life, there's going to be discrimination and inequalities no matter what we do. But affirmative action will not make things better. Instead, they will just cause more inequality by discriminating against those who are supposedly have more power.